What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and we're at it again with more content. Now, today we'll be covering the UB Mag XT for the iPhone 15. And interesting note, the UB Mag XT is available for other iPhone 15 models if you're interested in a different model. So all things said, let's go ahead and get into it. So let's talk more about the UB Mag XT. Interesting note, this case is also compatible with the iPhone 14 and iPhone 13 as long as they're the 6.1 inch variation. Taking a closer look at the back of the case itself, you can see that we have this tactical design with this ring in the center that features UB branding. And this is an indicator that this case is MagSafe compatible. And we're also going to have 3 risers on the back of this case to protect the finish of the case itself. But the one in the top right hand corner is going to be of limited use because of the raised camera protection. So you can see that if we flip over here and we press on the top left corner of the case, we're going to get tipsy action. And this is something to keep in mind if you do want a case that lays completely flat to avoid that tipsy action. But once again, we're going to flip over here and talk more about that raised camera protection. It features a door on it, and this is a nice addition here because it's going to keep those high performance lenses free of dust and also prevent them from being scratched. Now this door is going to open nice and smooth. Interesting note, they've performed tests on the door itself, and it can be opened and closed more than 3,000 times while maintaining performance. We also have a felt lining on the inside of the door to once again protect those lenses. And this door will also serve as a kickstand, which we'll demonstrate later in the content. As for closing the door, it's going to click in place. And a side note, if I haven't mentioned it yet, that door has really good resistance. So it's not going to just flop around. And another note, that door is going to feature diagonal lines and the color is going to be different than the rest of the case. Now, whether you like this or not depends on the person. Personally, I like this myself. I think it looks kind of cool. And again, it adds to that tactical appearance. So we're going to flip the case over once again, which will expose the front. And this is going to be pretty straightforward. Now, what I like about cases like this one is that we have air pockets in different areas, mainly on the inside sides of the case, which should help absorb shock if you were to ever drop this case with your phone installed. We're also going to have Supcase branding in the center of a ring, which is also in the center. Further emphasis on the fact that this case is compatible with MagSafe. And then we're going to have the usual geometric design that you'll see on other parts of this whole kit, like the Supcase packaging that also carries on the outside there as well. But one thing I would have liked to see here on this case, which is available on other Unicorn Beetle cases, is a built-in display protector. Personally, I'm a big fan of those. They work really well and they install very easy as long as your device is cleaned really well and free from debris. So installation is going to be very simple here. We're going to grab our iPhone 15, simply line it up. You can get a corner started and then press firmly into place and just make sure that the phone is fully seated in the case. And this is looking really good. So once the case is installed on the iPhone 15, we can cover the cutouts. So they are going to be high precision here, which means everything's going to be lined up really nice. So clean access to the new USB-C port, the speakers, and also the action button on the side there. And then as for the buttons, they're going to be slightly raised and we're going to have good feedback here. There is good travel on the left and the right side. We're also going to have nice Supcase branding, and then we're going to have diagonal lines once again. And the sides of the case also feature faux carbon fiber accents for a high performance look. And finally, we have that camera door once again, which also serves as the kickstand. So we're going to open that camera door. I'm going to put it at about 90 degrees and we're going to be able to use the iPhone in landscape mode. Now you can see it's a little tippy, so this isn't the best kickstand. It may require some adjustment and again, still tippy. maybe we have the incorrect orientation here. So I'm going to flip around, and that's still a little tippy. I'm going to try a little bit better. This is really tippy. It's not actually balanced really well, which is a slight con because this would have been nice for the 2-in-1 functionality. But let's try to do this as a display in portrait mode. That's a little more stable, actually. I thought that this would be the less stable orientation, but it works really well as long as you don't press too much on the sides there. Now, I will say that this isn't the best orientation for portrait mode. For example, if you wanted to do selfie pictures or videos, this is a very shallow angle to do those at. Now, of course, we could flip the phone this way. That's a little bit better, but now your iPhone is sitting upside down. Again, that is probably not very favorable here. So overall, this is a good case for protection. I like the camera door there just to keep those camera lenses protected. I wish there was a built-in display protector. And as for the camera door being used as a kickstand, it is questionable. It's not as stable as I would like. I'm also trying to use a steeper angle. So it seems to work better with a steeper angle. I'm going to flip again here just to try one more time. So steeper angles are a bit more stable, but if you were using this device in bed, for example, and you wanted to display it in landscape and you wanted a steeper angle, this might not work all that well. So overall, this is a good case, but I would probably add just a kickstand to the back of it just to make for a more reliable kickstand, but that may interfere with MagSafe operation, which is maybe the reason they eliminated the kickstand. So that is it for today's content. As always, thanks for watching, and may the universe flow in your favor. And until next time, Leon checking out. You